me, Erykah. So it's Tuesday. What is today's date? The 22nd of January. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and a good Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And there was a lot of things that happened over the weekend from Friday all the way to Monday that I want to talk about. Before we get started, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stopped by and share the video if it interests you or you think it interests the people that you follow or that follow you. I did want to talk about several things that happened over the weekend. Fyre Festival, documentaries that came on Netflix and Hulu. I also want to talk about the response to Erykah Badu making a statement at a Chicago concert over the weekend. And I also wanted to talk about Kamala Harris putting in her bid for the 2020 presidential election. What else? Oh, and the Catholic school kids who belong to that cult that were actually taunting. I don't know what they were doing, but it looked like they were taunting to me. It looks the same to me. It just looked like a bunch of future cops and government officials and possibly president being excused for bad behavior once again, as white kids are always, white boys especially, are always allowed. So we're going to talk about that, and Cardi B and Tommy Lauren, how they got into it. So let's get started. So the Fyre Festival was a festival that happened in 2015 or 2017. It was supposed to be a high-end music festival to launch a music app. I know that everybody heard about it. I remember when everything went down and how we were all collectively laughing at white kids getting scammed. Rich white kids, trust fund babies, if you will, getting scammed. I watched both of the documentaries. I think the documentary on Netflix was more so the stories of the people who were affected by the scam. And then the Hulu version was kind of like a behind the scenes, and then the actual interview with Billy McFarland, the organizer of the scam. He is a young dude, white boy from, what was he from, New York or whatever. But I want to go through my tweets because I had a lot of thoughts about the whole thing. Let's see, hold on, let me go. I had a lot of thoughts about it because I really thought I was looking at a young Donald Trump. I really felt like I was looking at a young man who, from the beginning of being a little boy, opening business, his parents were saying that he's a really smart kid. This quote unquote genius of some sort to kind of reel people in. Basically a confidence man, a con artist, kind of in the likes of Donald Trump. Every time I saw that screen, this boy, I was just like, this is Donald Trump. This is exactly who Donald Trump is. So let me go to my tweet so we could talk about it, because I want to make sure that I can get everything that how I feel about the whole situation. Just basically, I said I could tell the dude was a con man. I said Billy is Donald Trump, a little con man. It was one part where they had gone down to the Bahamas. They started asking for the day laborers to help them. The whole thing was a scam. It was a scam. This guy, Billy McFarland, who is now serving 6 years in jail and who will be out. Here's the thing. He's going to continue to do this because what he's selling or how he's scamming people is a lifestyle that you see every single day on Instagram. They were able to get influencers to fly down there and take pictures and post to Instagram. And the sense of this FOMO, fear of missing out, is what these white kids were basically like, oh, I have to be a part of this. Spending money like $50,000 to go to a music festival and live in these and stay in these villas and have a treasure island. All of these ideas, which were actually really great ideas. And this is how con men and con people who are con artists, this is how they get you. They have these wonderful, grand, optimistic ideas, and they're very enthusiastic when they deliver these ideas to you. So they sell you on the idea and you buy into it. I thought it was absolutely strange that every single person, no one was like, okay, this is weird. Like, from the consumers to the people working for him. Like, I feel like he was allowed to do every single thing he did. He was allowed to do it. Ja Rule was an investor. And here's my thing with the Ja Rule situation. Ja Rule is okay, this is what happens. In the entertainment industry, white people love to feel like if they have a black athlete or a black rapper around them, they have some kind of credibility. So black artists and black rappers and athletes, they know this. They understand this. And they understand that because this white person wants this credibility, they're going to probably pay for everything. And so Ja Rule to me looked like an opportunist that was like, oh, these white boys is out here spending money like this. And they really don't know, like, in my right now, I'm nothing to the hip hop industry right now because I'm being clowned consistently for my whole career by 50 Cent. They don't know nothing about the culture. They just know, here's this guy, he used to be a rapper. Oh, he's in a video with J-Lo. Oh, what? Okay, let's get him on our team. And now he's using it. He's an opportunist. That's what it looks like to me. But then at the same time, he knew every single thing that was going on. He tried to say that he didn't. In the interview on Hulu with Billy McFarland, when they asked Billy McFarland about Ja Rule's contribution to this whole thing and how was he involved, he looked like he was fucking scared to say anything about Ja Rule being involved with this at all. He looked like he was terrified. And Ja Rule was on Twitter making jokes. Oh, I guess I'm on fire now. Here's the thing. You were involved in a huge scam that scammed people out of so much money. You need to shut your damn mouth and stop being so goddamn cocky and give to the GoFundMe to that Bohemian woman that was taken out of all her money, almost spent her whole life savings trying to feed the people that you guys scammed. And now that woman doesn't, the GoFundMe has exceeded, thankfully, the GoFundMe has exceeded its goal and getting this money back to this woman that she spent. Who are these kids and how are they able to afford all this shit? All of these trust fund babies, that's why nobody really felt sorry for them, because it was like, okay, y'all getting scammed. And here's the thing about con artists and what Billy McFarland was doing. You are in your 20s. You scamming other rich kids out of money. That money that they spent is insured. So if they got scammed with, making claims with their credit card companies or whatever, they're going to be reimbursed. And their money is insured by the banks, right? Their money is insured. You are in trouble for money. So you'll go to jail. A scam artist, you'll go to jail about 6 years. You'll be out by the time you're 40 years old. You can still live your life and continue to scam people. Because while he was out on bail, he started another scam and was getting people to try and buy tickets to Coachella, tickets to the Met Gala. That dude is a scam artist. And what he was doing, in my opinion, Billy McFarland, was understanding that he is scamming people. Understanding that he's taking people's money and living a lifestyle for as long as he can get away with it. That is what was going on with that. At the bottom line, it it feeds into this idea that we allow white kids, white boys, white males to do what the fuck they want. And this kind of ties in to the Covington Catholic cult excuses that is coming from these kids just being kids. These kids, they grow into adults. They grow into Donald Trump. They grow into Brett Kavanaugh. They grow into these people. So stop doing this. Boys will be boys. They were just out there being boys. Stop that. The same thing with Billy McFarland. That boy was allowed to do it. No one told him, no, we're not doing this. Every single person, the people, his employees, oh, this is not right. We shouldn't be doing this. This is not going to work. And he's like, no, it's going to work. It's going to work. Being super optimistic, still selling it to the end. And no one said, you know what? No, we're not doing this. Everybody kept continuing to go. Even one of his investors, I'll get to it. I said, a big ass scam. He was living a life at any expense until the jig was up. He's in jail. 6 years. He's doing jail time. I said, did they interview anyone who realized the shit was a scam and canceled their trip? How are all of these people so gullible? Well, psychologically, they feel like they're missing out on something. To me, I felt like if I didn't get my itinerary, my flight information, what airport do I need to fly into? When were you given this information? Right at the end. So they're making flight reservations. Then they come back and tell these kids, oh, this is a cashless event because they were running out of money on the inside. This is a cashless event. So you're going to have to create these cards, basically little debit cards that are on your wrist, and load $8,000 to them. So in addition to spending $50,000 on the trip, you're spending another $8,000. We figure you'll need $3,000 a day. So people are putting $8,000, $9,000. Mind you, these are rich children. That's the reason why I said nobody was feeling sorry for them, because y'all got scammed. Your shit is insured. He's going to go to jail, get out when he's 40, and continue to scam people, and will probably end up being the president of the United States in 20 years, 30 years. Y'all need to tell white boys no. That is the reason why they get away with so much shit. That's the reason why they jumping up in people's faces and with red MAGA hats on, because they're allowed to do things. Nobody tells them no. Nobody says, hey, Billy, this is a bad idea. Ja Rule on speakerphone telling the people that it's not fraud, it's false advertising. What, are you crazy? Like, that shit was crazy to me. The whole shit was crazy to me. You saw everything. You know how everything ended up. I don't have to go through how their living accommodations were FEMA tents, that the night before the festival, it started to rain and all of the tents were dirty. First of all, they told these people they were going to be on a private island. Then they ended up on this bluff of this resort, where the bluffs, you can fall down into the water, was very dangerous. It was just a fucking mess. Billy is a con man, beady-eyed motherfucker when privilege goes wrong. I don't know if I feel bad for these kids. I don't understand why none of them turned around. My thing is, I didn't get my flight information until the day before. I'm not going. When nobody could leave afterwards, everybody's trying to get out. It was a fucking mess. And then, this is who we feel sorry for. All the day laborers they were using. All of those people that they were saying, they were using them to build these huts for these people and never paid them. It was just a big fucking scam. Just a big scam. And to me, the actual reason why everyone was able to be scammed and will continue to be scammed in this day and age is the fear of missing out and living a celebrity type lifestyle. This is the reason why Instagram looks the way that it does. Everybody wants their reality to be their brand. And they forget that this shit is not real. And you're spending all this money to go to the Bahamas, and then to actually keep going, to say, okay, they don't have all of these accommodations that they said for us. Let me keep going because I want to see if I need to see something is wrong. If you get on a plane, you go out there, you see the accommodations are not what you paid for, and you keep going? Like, that shit is crazy to me. Said this is a literal definition of a clusterfuck. But all of this could have been avoided if someone had the pussy to tell this white boy no. But all of them do whatever they want at the expense of other people. It's fucking disgusting. These people, all of those day laborers, and then the woman Corolla Jan, people keep investing in him. It was really crazy. And it was just, how do you allow somebody to just feed you and sell you? Even everybody was like, he could sell you anything. He could sell you anything. They were giving him props at the same time he was using them. Like, the shit was absolutely crazy. Then when he got caught with the Fyre Festival thing and lawsuits being filed, he's out on bail, living in this penthouse somewhere, and then starts another scam and actually gets money out of people. And then he gets in trouble for that, for wire fraud. People wiring him money to be to go to basketball games, to go to the Met Gala that doesn't even sell tickets. That's an invite-only event. And to be so gullible just so that you can live a lifestyle that is not real. That is the problem. It's just really crazy. I said Billy is selling a lifestyle that people nowadays want to live. He is banking on that. And he can literally scam anyone on that alone over and over again. The irrational fear of missing out is why those dumbass people didn't turn around even after they saw the BS. The woman with the GoFundMe, let me give you her name, because I want to say her name, because I just couldn't believe it. And then he's like, oh, I apologize to the lady. Your apology means nothing, Ja Rule. You need to put money behind that apology and donate to that woman's GoFundMe, because she fed the people that y'all scammed. Her name is Marianne Roll. She owned the Bohemian restaurant and lost over $100,000 of her life savings. This is a black woman. Her life savings. And here she is trying to pick up the slack of motherfuckers that you guys, with the motherfuckers that you guys scammed. Y'all need to pay that woman back. The goal was $123,000. It is now at $162,475, raised by 5,424 people in 8 days. Marianne Roll. It is a verified GoFundMe. GoFundMe has even tweeted it out that it is verified, so you don't have to worry about any scams like this last scam that happened, where people had to be giving them money back. Some white people scam some people and use compassion and empathy and kindness to scam people. Back to scamming people who want to live a lifestyle that is fake. That is the end of that. At the end of the day, I think Billy McFarland is going to get out of jail, and I think he's going to continue to do what he does, because the fear of missing out is a real thing, and it does have a psychological effect on people. Go look at Instagram. Go look at Instagram. That is what they wanted. That they were able to scam people by using Instagram, posting pictures of things that were never going to happen, that were fake, never going to happen. The guy had no intention. They said, oh, he was so optimistic. I'm sorry about the noise. We just have to get past it. They normally come on Wednesday. Why are they? Anyways, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to keep doing it again, because he was able to do it when he was out on bail. He was able to do it again with a new scam, and then put another guy's face in front of it, because they're like, nobody trusts Billy McFarland. And, if you just look at him, he really looks like, okay, here's this guy. He's kind of weird. He's kind of strange. But then he has this magnanimous personality and this charisma that every single person kept saying that he had. He is a con man, a good con man. So that's what it is. The other thing I wanted to talk about was R. Kelly, the concert with Erykah Badu. And she got booed from the crowd after she said some things about R. Kelly. I want to send a prayer up for R right now. She says, I hope he sees the light of day and comes forward. Then the people started booing her, and she says, that's not love. That's not unconditional. She says, whether the sort of condemnation Kelly is receiving is deserved. What if one of his victims grows up to be an offender? I mean, how do we do this? So the response from the community was that Erykah Badu is problematic. She is a hotep's dream. She is all of this and all of this and all of this and all of this. Okay. Everybody is problematic. I don't give a damn. If I don't agree with something that you're saying about whatever the fuck, I can say you're problematic. I can say your views are problematic. Here's the thing with the Erykah Badu situation and what I felt. I felt like she was saying, how do we stop this cycle from continuing to happen? What do we do to help people who have been abused not become offenders? Because this is a cycle of abuse. If R. Kelly was abused and turned into an offender, nobody is saying, oh, because we're asking a question about how to stop a cycle, that we're excusing the criminal behavior that maybe sex abuse victims turn up to be predators and now start abusing people. Nobody is saying that his actions are excusable. Everybody can agree that crimes against children are inexcusable and, to me, deserve termination. That's me. At the end of the day, there has to be a group of people who have some level of empathy for criminals. I know it's weird to say that, but there has to be somebody to say, how do we heal from this? How do we stop this, what this person became? How do we stop this? What do we do? How do we fix that? How do we heal that part? Because otherwise, it's going to continue to happen. Crimes against children are going to continue to happen if we don't figure out how to stop the child who's been victimized from turning into R. Kelly. It was the response to Erykah Badu saying that was weird, and I was just like, so is anybody going to answer the question that she's asking? Because nobody's answering the question. Everybody's making it seem like she's saying, let's excuse this man for raping children and basically running a sex trafficking ring. Let's excuse him because he was a child who's turned into a predator. No. How do we keep people from turning into that? And he needs help. So what do we do? How do we stop it? And I think that we just didn't answer the question. Here it is. What's the question? And here's what I had to say about it, because I'm going off of my tweets and I'm just like she's made some comments, some really problematic comments about men not being able to kind of control themselves with little girls who wear Catholic school out. Like, she was talking about Catholic school uniforms and how men can't control themselves when they see young girls because of something she was saying. I'll have to go I'll have to look it up what she said, because the